Today, I want to talk to you guys about the power of AI picture ads and advertorials and how I plan on scaling this brand to $30,000 a month and eventually $100,000 a month with primarily just picture ads and really, really long article style advertorials. Now, before I get into all that, I wanted to share with you the metrics and what's worked for me and why it's working. And then we'll break down how you can replicate this for your own brand. So, yesterday, we decided to test and launch a new advertorial for this specific product that I think is 100K a month worthy for sure. And we did pretty good. And the ad metrics are even more impressive. Just to make it easier on myself and I don't have to worry about leaking too much information, I decided to just import the screenshot of the metrics from yesterday into this Google Doc. So it's way easier to follow along and share with you guys. So we spent some pretty good money overall on the campaign. We spent, I believe, $106 total on the campaign on this particular campaign. So I'm launching multiple advertorials and split testing them. This one really stood out to me and did really, really well because the conversion rate was really solid. The ROAS, as you saw here, were good through and through. This was the only ad creative that did not perform well, and I have an idea of why it didn't do well. So I'm going to probably turn this off today and let these other ones continue to cook. This one, I like to call this fool's gold. A lot of the times you'll have a ad creative do, spend $1 or sometimes even 50 cents and get a sale. That doesn't necessarily mean that this is a winner. I like to take a look at the creatives that get a good amount of spend and are staying above a 2x return on ad spend, which this one looks like it's going to be doing that. So obviously ad metrics are really good here as far as conversion and sales, but the actual performance is what's always really, really cool with picture ads rather than, video ads. So as you can see here, CTR is through the roof. We don't have anything lower than a 10% CTR. Cost per click is really, really cheap. And then the CPMs are really, 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 really cheap as well. So why does this work? Well, picture ads do something that video ads can't do. And it's that it can kind of pique curiosity a little better. I won't say obviously picture or video ads can't do that, but picture ads do a better job of stopping the scroll. And because so many people are flooding the feed with video ads, picture ads by nature are just not as competitive as video ads right now. So ironically enough, these picture ads, they look really natural. They look really, they blend in with the feed really well. And I'm gonna show you how you can generate realistic picture ads using Higgsfield. And the cool thing about it is that I can mass produce as many picture ads as I want. Right now, I'm throwing 10 in a campaign at $100 a day and launching new campaigns. And in each campaign, turning off the ones that aren't doing well and obviously scaling up the ones that are doing well. So the cool thing about it is that I'm positioning myself in a way that ensures that I won't really have massive drop off. Now, if you're anything like me, you have probably tried and you were probably told, hey, when it comes to testing products, find a product that you wanted to drop ship and test, and then rip some videos from Calidata or just TikTok and then test them with your product. Now, obviously, this can run you into a ton of different problems, such as the brand finding your video and asking you to take it down. That's not so much the problem. The main problem is that so many other dropshippers are doing the exact same thing and probably using the same video that you're using to test products. Now, this isn't inherently a bad thing, but it causes you to run into creative fatigue a lot faster because that same creative is being tested with 10, 20, sometimes even 30 different dropshippers at a time, all spending $100 to $500 a day on that same ad creative to test it. So creative fatigue happens a lot faster with those same video ads that are being pulled from other platforms and brought onto Facebook. With picture ads that you create with AI, you don't have to worry about that, right? You're creating your own unique picture ads that haven't been seen on the platform yet, have a longer lifespan. And the sauce to this is sending them straight to an advertorial, which is the important thing here, rather than sending them over to a product page directly. So let me break down some examples and show you how you can kind of do this for yourself. Alrighty, so first things first is finding the product that you want to test. Now, for me personally, I like to use Facebook ad library nowadays to find winning products. I kind of put Calidate on the back burner. It's not that I don't use it still because I still like to look at it, but it just makes more sense to find products that are already doing well on Facebook because we use Facebook ads to scale these brands, right? So might as well just find a winner already on Facebook and then scale them up or find them in the midst of scaling and replicate that. So what I like to do now is that I'll go to ChatGPT and say, give me a list of niche problems that people between the ages of 35 and 60 deal with on a day-to-day basis. This problem should be painful enough that they would want a solution if presented a quick fix problem on their social media feed, right? You can literally rewind this video and put that exact prompt into ChatGPT and it will do really well for you. So one of those examples is hair thinning, right? A lot of people as they get older are dealing with hair problems. Now, this is important because hair thinning, right? This concept of hair thinning, and this is important, right? Like obviously you can go and type in weight loss, you can type in acne, you can type in a bunch of stuff, but I specifically want these types of problems because it's a niche problem, but it has multiple sub issues, right? So obviously you're losing your hair, which is not good. But also, what does that do? That also impacts how you feel, right? Because you're insecure, you're dealing with issues of insecurity. It also impacts how others see you. Now, why is this important? Because we want a problem painful enough that people will want to find a solution for themselves, but also feel pressured into getting a solution so other people can't make fun of them or judge them, right? Like insecurities are very, very, really, really big. So obviously like weight loss, acne, all these things fall into this window. So all I'm saying is when you're finding a problem, make sure it is a big enough problem that requires a big enough solution, because since there's a layer of friction, which is an advertorial rather than going straight to a product page now, there needs to be emotional buy-in, right? We need multiple emotional angles, and that's the next thing, right? We need multiple, right? Sorry for my bad handwriting, emotional angles, okay? Because we're going to need to split tests and make sure that we can speak to multiple people or different people or the same person in from different angles in the market space, right? So that's why hair thinning is a great example of this. Obviously, acne, acne scarring, right, would be another good example of this. I would recommend picking niche specific problems, right? So don't just pick the standard weight loss. Hey, I want to lose weight. Pick specific things that people, a specific type of the market space would have, right? So instead of just standard weight loss, you can do weight loss for pregnant women, okay? So that's very important. Now, what you'll do is you go to Facebook Ad Library, type in that keyword or that phrase, right? And then you're just going to scroll a little bit, and I would set your filters to active ads and make sure your media type is images. Now, obviously you can run video ads to advertorials as well, but I like images because I don't want to worry about paying an editor to edit this or editing the videos myself. I want to find people that are scaling and finding success with picture ads. Now, as I was doing this before getting this video ready, I noticed a lot of these people are doing picture ads straight to product pages. This could be something interesting to look at too if you don't want to do the whole advertorial, but I highly recommend you look into the advertorial side of this as well. So if you scroll a little bit here, you'll come across some videos or some pictures rather, and I like to look for the learn more button. All right, the learn more button more times than not will indicate that that person is bringing you to an advertorial, and we can click on this one here and we'll see that that brings us directly to an advertorial. Now, this is great for multiple reasons. One, it's speaking to a specific audience with a specific pain, and this is our advertorial, right? So there's some key features to really good advertorial, and this is what I've kind of learned when testing, is that this top page is going to make or break you, right? So a lot of people question it and they say, why would I create another step in the process to get someone to buy? Like, doesn't that hurt conversions? And it's actually the opposite. It actually increases conversions because you're informing the customer more before they make a buying decision, and it blends in and looks natural, so they don't even actually have their sales walls up, right? So the problem in today's media buying world is that when people scroll through on their social media feed, they are presented an ad all the time, and by nature, whether it's subconscious or conscious, we're just prompted to scroll. Even if the product or the video is actually something we can benefit from, because we're so used to just scrolling past ads, it's second nature to a lot of us. a lot of people will scroll past products that probably would be a good solution to a problem that they're facing, and they'll never even come across your product in the first place. So the great thing with this combination is that it does a beautiful job of blending in and being disguised as a ad, right? So you don't even realize it's an ad. And this person did a good job of even having their product here as well. So when people are ready to buy, it's a sticky button. So as soon as they're ready to buy, they can just click this button here. So some key features to this, by the way, all this can be regenerated through AI. Like you don't even need to be a Canva expert or anything like that. Um, so if I wanted to test this product and replicate this, I would quite literally copy all of this and throw it into Claude AI and have it rewrite it for me for my product. And I'm gonna show you how to do that in just a second here. It's really, really easy. But I want to go through and read up some quick headlines of this to understand what angle that they're taking. Um, so it's pretty self-explanatory. The great thing about products like this is that the solution is pretty clear. But the goal is that it's going to help women, specifically people um, that are African American, regrow their hair with some natural ingredients and avoid the synthetic, solutions that people like to go to, and avoid having to wear wigs and stuff like that. So if I click this button here, it brings me to their product page. Now these guys have taken it up a notch where they're adding additional copy and messaging to their product page. I don't think you necessarily need this. From that point on, when someone reads that entire advertorial, you can bring them straight to a product page. But clearly, this is working for them because they've been launching this for some time. Now, before we get into how you can actually do all this stuff, I do want to highlight something else that's important. When it comes to replicating or finding a brand to replicate, this brand here, if you notice, if you scroll back, they've been running ads for some time now. If I hit remove this filter that says only active ads, I'm going to see all their ads, their active ones and their not active ones. I'm going to see how long they've been running ads for. Sometimes it makes more sense to stay away from brands that have been running for too long with too many ads, because that means they have most of the market share on this product. So they launched their first campaign back in August. So a little over a month ago. That's a little longer than I would want. I personally like to find brands that have launched recently within 7 to 21 days, a minimum of 7 days and a maximum of 21 days. So if their ads exceed that, or if they just launched 2 days ago, I'm probably not going to try to replicate them. I'm trying to stay in that window of 7 to 21 days. So this would not be a brand I would replicate, because there's a good chance that they probably they're going to, if you don't know, Facebook runs on a bidding strategy, meaning the brand that's run the longest and spent the most will most likely get those customers, even if you try to come in the market space running similar ad creatives as them. So just some food for thought there. It's still worth a test though, because August 8th isn't that long ago. And it's still up for grabs. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to use this brand as an example. So we're going to load up Claude AI. ChatGPT is really good too, but Claude does a better job with copy and creative work. So what I'll do is I'll load up a project, and we're going to just title this Hair Growth Supplement. And then we're going to create a project. Now, it's important to create projects because it stores everything into a database. And this is important because you need your AI to learn and understand what you're looking to go after. So the first step is to find their product or a similar product on Amazon so we can inform the AI of what we're working with. So I couldn't find this Root Revive, but I do see it's black seed extract, bamboo extract. So if we go in and we type in something similar, right? So if I go Root Revive, and we find something close to this, like this one here is kind of similar to that, but as you can see here, it only has 3 reviews. We want something that has good data behind it. Capsules. And if not, then what we'll do, it said beetroot? What does it have again? It has black seed, bamboo. So I like to try to find something that's similar to the product with ingredients. So if we can't do that, then we'll just do a standard root hair growth supplement and see where that brings us. Okay, so biotin. Okay, so that's fine. This is not quite the same thing, but Close enough. So we'll grab that Amazon link and we're going to say, I'm looking to do market research for a brand new product, and I need you to study their Amazon listing to gather information about my target audience. They're in the Amazon listing. And then what we'll do is we'll also prompt it to say, break down the target audience, their biggest pain point and desires, and study the Amazon reviews to get a temperature check on how the target audience likes or dislikes this product. Now, obviously, the closer your product is, that you pull from Amazon to the actual customer's product or the competitor's product, the better data you're going to get. So it's important that you're not doing quite literally what I'm doing, but you're actually spending some time to find some type of listing, whether it be on Amazon, eBay, or even the competitor's website. But try to ensure that you're finding a close one-to-one of that competitor's product, because if not, then you're gonna have to do a little bit extra work with prompting the AI to know exactly what product you're doing and what product you're going after. So we're gonna let this kind of do its thing. As you can see here, within a matter of minutes, you can get, right, a matter of seconds, you can get pretty much everything you need to know about this product. So from there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one last thing here, and then we're gonna inform the AI that we want it to study the competitor's entire website and page and recreate the exact advertorial for us to just literally copy and throw into our landing page. So now that it knows a little bit more about what we do and everything, we're going to let it know that we are looking to create an advertorial style page designed to speak to our audience about the biggest problems and fears they have. I'm going to provide you a competitor's advertorial. I need you to study and reverse engineer it and create a similar one-to-one version while maintaining the same length and structure as theirs. And then what we're going to do is go back and grab their advertorial. We're going to grab their page. So their angle is alopecia, right? So they're literally going after people that are suffering from alopecia, specifically Black women. So then we're just going to copy their entire page like this. And obviously, the more time you spend in the foundational phase with market research, providing different angles, articles, information, the better the AI will do at spitting back out exactly what you need to say and do. So then we'll copy this and then we'll throw that into Claude, and that's going to take some time. So I'm going to pause and we're going to set a timer. We're going to set a stopwatch timer and we'll see how long this takes to have Claude basically do everything here. Okay, so it looks like we're finishing up here. The timer is about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So this is really cool because now we pretty much have an entire advertorial in less than a couple minutes here. And now we literally have to just paste this onto our website, load up the pictures that we want to use. All right, and it looks like it's done there. So less than 2 minutes to generate an entire advertorial for you with all that copy. Think about this, right? Most times people would have to, do all this themselves, hire a copywriter, but we have the great power of AI to do it. So honestly, the hard part is pretty much done. Now the easy part is just generating some images, throwing this into a funnel. Obviously, if you haven't built your product page yet, build your product page. a product page that you can easily copy is something like this. Like I would literally, like, you do not need much else on the product page, right? Because think about it. If you look at the advertorial, it gives you case studies, right? It gives you social proof. It gives you authority anchoring before they even get to the product page, right? It gives you the offer and why this offer is great. It tells you everything about the product, risk reversal, right? Like it tells you everything beforehand. So you realistically do not need much on your product page. My product page is very bare bones. Now, these guys, they're just overachievers and they're really saucing up the product page. So if you really want to drive home and ensure you get that sale, you can replicate this too. But honestly, like from this point down, it's probably like all you really need on your product page with some case studies, some FAQs. That's probably all you really need. I would more so be prone to recreate something like this because you don't need much. I would throw in some more case studies at the bottom, and that's about it. So that's it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up a new Google document, and we're going to copy this entire thing and throw it on that Google Doc. So from there, you can actually get a free advertorial funnel building website called Pagefly. So they'll allow you to build one free advertorial before you have to like pay. So you pretty much don't even need to spend any money to build this funnel at all. So what I'll do is I'll just download this into my Shopify apps, and then I'll take the advertorial and literally just set it up exactly how they set theirs up. Now, for their images here, right? Like for this, I would not reinvent the wheel. I would quite literally pretty much almost one-to-one copy their pictures that they use for their advertorials. If you really, really want to sauce it up, what you can do is you can go to ChatGPT or Higgsfield, screenshot the exact pictures that your competitors are using, throw into Higgsfield and say, hey, I want you to recreate this picture, but use a different model instead. You know, recreate this exact image, but use a different model. And what it'll do is it will regenerate this exact person to make them look slightly different or something like that. And as the last part of all this is time to actually generate some ads, right? So for ads, the name of the game is using very, very natural looking image ads. Now let's go back to the competitor. And as you can see here, their picture ads here are just standard, very standard like pictures, right? The secret in this is adding some additional copy as well that kind of incite the click, right? So why would someone click on this picture? Well, obviously it's a before and after, so that's cool. And then on top of that, the copy at the top of this is also getting them to want to click as well, right? But like some before and afters. Actually, let's click on. Let's go to their Facebook ad library and see the rest of their ads here. And let's filter for just their images and see what they got going on. So they're doing a lot of before and afters. It makes sense, right? If you notice, there isn't a lot of like picture or a lot of colors or anything crazy. It's literally just like basic before and afters, which is super easy to do. This is all AI, right? And they launched these ad creatives weeks ago and they're still running. That tells us that they're still working. So it's just a bunch of before and after AI pictures, right? So that's pretty easy to create pictures and replicate. Okay, so this is pretty sick, right? So what I like to do is I like to use Higgsfield Soul, and I typed in a prompt like this: generate before and after of an African American lady. The one before is balding, the one after is full luscious hair. And this is what it generates, right? Like realistic images. Now her hair is gray here, so I would probably like re-instruct it to say the balding picture should not have her hair be gray, and then I'm good to go. But like this is pretty good, right? Like this image consistency, the quality of it is amazing. And I would just generate literally 10 pictures like this and throw it in a campaign and launch it, and then you're good to go. I would literally just do a CBO campaign at $100 a day spend. And then for the ad set, literally just do US open targeting. And then throw in 10 ad creatives into the campaign. Literally do this, and then whatever works for you, I would launch a new campaign, and whatever did really well, replicate that same picture with some slight alters and changes, and create a new CBO campaign, and do it over and over and over again. Literally what I'm planning on doing, literally what's been working really well for me so far. And that's pretty much it, guys. From there on, you should have a pretty good opportunity to continuously test the advertorial itself. You can create new advertorials and split test ones. You can constantly create new ads, right? That's the biggest thing, is creative output with this is so much easier. You can literally launch 10, 20, 30 new ads every single day. And that puts you in a position where you can constantly test new angles, and you can constantly defeat ad fatigue because you have new creatives launching in your ad campaign pretty much every single day. And that's pretty much it. And one other additional note, I want to shout out Rappi Bundle. This has been a really great software tool that's been helping me increase my average order value. So as you can see here, with a lot of these orders, I'm getting increased average order value, right? I'm getting more money because I'm using the Rappi Bundle to create amazing bundles that look beautiful and help me get more sales and get more conversions to my store. Pretty much every sale is coming from Rappi Bundle because people are wanting to spend more money, and Rappi Bundle makes it super easy to have people spend more money. And it's great because it looks really cool on your website and entices people to spend more money without having to do anything extra. And like the last week, Rappi has helped me make an additional $780. This is additional money that I did not need to do anything for because they have such a great bundling tool. So this is going to increase your average order value, but also make it way more profitable for you to run your ads and run your store. It's super easy to use. And what I'll do is I'll link down in the description a link you guys can use to sign up and save some money. It's pretty much important nowadays to have some type of bundler tool on your website. Rappi makes it really cool. And one of my favorite features is that Rappi is the only subscription tool that actually allows you to add subscriptions to your bundles really easily. So as you can see here, if you have a supplement like Shilajit for women, you can easily pair this up with your favorite subscription tool like Recharge, and Rappi will integrate with that really easily so people can quickly decide if they want to do auto refills or one-time purchases. So definitely sign up for Rappi if you haven't already. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you gained any value from this, make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any additional questions, leave a comment down below or just shoot me a message on Instagram, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care.